Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And coming out of the holidays, news is still a little slow. There is some interesting nuggets floating around out there for potential targeted offers with making Companion Pass easier to achieve using a Southwest credit card from Chase. Go to chase.com/myoffers, put in the last 4 digits of your Southwest card, and potentially there's an offer available to you that could make attaining Companion Pass easier. Knowing how valuable Companion Pass is, check it out. I can't guarantee that everybody's targeted for it. So just wanted to float that out there. I saw it on Daniel the Deal Guru earlier today, and I believe it'll be floating around Reddit and the other blogs as well. So check that out. If you're targeted, great. If not, hey, sorry. But I wanted to talk about one card setups, and I think the big 3 bangs when it comes to travel or high-end travel credit cards, each has one card that you could get away with only having that one card and still producing a good amount of value for yourself and for loved ones and still being able to take trips. Maybe easier in a solo traveler or just 1 and 2 player traveler setup. So I haven't completely mapped this out, but this is sort of theoretical, and I just wanted to kind of walk through it and see what the reaction would be. But this would be from American Express, Chase, and Capital One. From American Express, I'm using the green card. From Chase, I'm going to use the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And from Capital One, I will use either the Venture or the Venture X. Now, this is going to include things like purchasing lounge memberships. This is going to include things like utilizing Rakuten or utilizing something like Upside or other cashback utilities to increase your value or increase your potential value while still generating an okay number of points. So it's not going to be perfect. And you would have to run your own individual math out there, and, certain things would have to align. But I do think these 3 cards can be the only cards you need. So let's talk about it. I'm going to start with the American Express green card because it's probably the most sticking out like a sore thumb of the 3, because it doesn't automatically include lounge access. It's losing the Lounge Buddy credit. Lounge Buddy is shutting down. We don't know what American Express is going to be doing there. But the American Express green card is a huge point earner for what you get for $150. And I wanted to use the American Express green card also because it is likely going to get updated this year. And even with the updates, I think it's still going to come out less in annual fees. It's definitely coming out less in annual fees than the gold and the platinum. Now, the gold and the platinum, you kind of get what you pay for. The gold makes a lot more sense if you are a heavy dining and grocery family. But it leaves a lot to be desired for things like BJ's or Costco or Sam's Club if you use warehouses as a means of grocery shopping, or you do Walmart and stuff like that. So you're not going to get a huge amount of points on the gold card using like super Walmarts. Now, Walmart Neighborhood Market, as friend of the channel John R mentions, does code as grocery with American Express. You can sort of swap the green and the gold out for this exercise because neither has lounge access, but you're also not paying the premium for lounge access. So I'm trying to think of this in terms of value. But the green card currently, at time of recording, has a $150 annual fee. That may go up to $195. That may go up to $250. I'm not sure. We don't know what credits they're going to add later this year if they do a refresh on that card. But as of right now, it's $150, and it's only a 40,000 membership reward point introductory offer. So you're not going to get a ton of points out of this. But 3 times points earning on travel, 3 times points earning on transit, 3 times points earning on dining, 3 times points earning on, no, those are the big ones. And you get 2 times points earning on prepaid travel that is in the American Express travel portal that isn't covered by any of the 3X categories. I think, because all travel in there is 2X. So for day-to-day things, you're going to get a lot of coverage, especially if you commute to work via means that don't involve gas. You're still going to, get your 3X dining as opposed to the 4X dining on the American Express Gold card. But again, you're paying $150 as opposed to $325. There's more math than I would like to get into in this video that would explain that, you're not losing a ton of value there. But if you want the 4 times points, go with the 325 card. I think, as I said, you can use those cards interchangeably in this thought process and still come out pretty good compared to the American Express Platinum card. Now, the biggest thing with this is there's no lounge access. Now, one thing that we don't really talk about in this space is you can purchase a membership to one of the big three domestics lounge networks for an annual fee. So the biggest perks of the big three's big time heavy hitting cards is the membership to the lounge. And yes, you'd pay less by getting the United Infinite card or the American Airlines Advantage Executive card or the Delta Reserve card. But if you were to buy a membership with any of those three into those lounges with your American Express green card, you're going to get the travel multiplier. You are still going to gain access to, the Admirals Clubs or the United Club or Delta Sky Lounge. You're not going to be capped on visits, as the membership will include the visits on the membership. So you don't have to worry about, the American Express, the Delta Reserve card now is going to have a cap on the number of times you can enter the lounge. Well, that's not going to be a problem if you just buy a full membership. So that's my first. This is unorthodox, and I know that, but should be something to consider. So if lounges are a huge thing and you want to get lounges with one of the big three, because you fly one of the big three more than you do, going through getting membership or status with an international airline in a alliance partnership, and then status matching back, and then, booking domestic travel with that. And you see how that can get complicated. It's possible to do, but nice and easy. Just purchase your membership. So it's going to be a big expense up front, but I still think it's not too bad, because if you're going to get the Delta Reserve, you're probably also going to add another card or two to that setup, and then your annual fees are going to start piling up. The Reserve is $650. If you wanted to add the Platinum, which is a very strong card, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking for value here. The Reserve plus the Platinum, whether it's the business or the personal, that's $1,000 in annual fees. Well, full membership to the Delta Lounge is, I want to say, $850. $850 plus $150 equals $1,000. Same annual fee, same thing, just different approach. So you're going to get access to Delta, and it's cheaper to get into the United Club lounges with the United Club membership. I think that's $650, and the Delta Lounge and the American Airlines lounges, I think, are $650, $700. So Delta is the most expensive, but again, you're going to be earning points on this anyway. So you got that. You're going to, still get your 3 times points on dining. Ways to use your dining multiplier to get other things. DoorDash counts as dining. I'm going to mention this with the Sapphire Reserve. So you can do some grocery shopping through DoorDash. Set it for pickup if you have that capability, or just do the delivery. Guess what? There's your dining, 3 times points. Your dining is going to cover your groceries. So you get 3 times points on groceries. Now, gas is a huge miss for the American Express green card. But if you use something like Earnify, or you use Upside, or you use any other app, or Gas Buddy, those will give you savings on your gas. You're still only going to get 1 point per dollar, but you're going to get 1 point per dollar at the full price that you pay at the pump. And then you're going to get back some amount of rebate depending on how often you fill up and how much you fill up. So that is my way around that. And I'm going to mention that with the Sapphire Reserve as well as DoorDash. So the green card can get you a lot. Now, you are also going to pay for the DoorDash membership with the American Express green card. That's a bit of a pain. I can't help you there. But green card, DoorDash, Earnify, Upside, for some cash back on gas and things and various things there. Okay, you're doing okay there. Here's the last trick up the sleeve: Rakuten. Use Rakuten for however much X at whatever retailer with your green card. You're going to get those points back at the end of the quarter, or at the end of Rakuten's quarter. So follow everything, get your points through Rakuten. Your spend is going to get accelerated with Rakuten. You're going to get some amount of rebates back for gas using things like Earnify, where you earn where if you are an Amazon Prime user, you get 10 cents per gallon off at Amco, AMPM, and I want to say Route 66. But either way, then you check out Upside. Upside, you're only going to save, you may only save 4 or 5 cents a gallon. Also stack that with the gas club of your local gas station, and that can add up as well. So there are ways to save some money, to get some money back for gas using the American Express green card, using the Sapphire Reserve, using the Capital One Ventures. So you can save a little bit on gas. You're going to get memberships. You're going to buy a membership to the big 3 lounge network of your choice, or for much less than any of those, you could just buy a Priority Pass membership. And that Priority Pass membership could also include restaurants with the Amex green card. So that's also an option, and would be significantly cheaper than purchasing into the Delta Sky Club, or purchasing into the United Clubs, or purchasing into Advantage Admirals Clubs. So it's just something to think about, where the green card can still drive a significant number of points based on your spend, especially if you're pairing it with Rakuten. You can save some money on, everyday expenses like gas. You can generate a good number of points with your everyday spend, and not have to pay $6.95. So I think the American Express green card, with some other tools in the tool belt, can be the one card you need for everything with American Express. Then you can pool your points together, transfer them out to the partners of your choice, go from there, and you're set. So the American Express green card, to me, the only Amex card, you can get away with it being the only Amex card you use. Let's move over to Chase. Why did I pick the Chase Sapphire Reserve? Well, Sapphire Reserve has all sorts of ways to earn points. Oh, and did I mention that everyday conveniences you can get 3 times back by using DoorDash with your DoorDash included Dash Pass membership? So the Sapphire Reserve has an everyday card. You're going to get up to 10 times points on hotel purchases in the travel portal. Up to 7 times points on Chase Dining. Up to 5 times points on flights in the Chase travel portal. That is also going to include adding your frequent flyer number, getting those miles from your airline of choice. You're good to go. Now, this card's going to give you significantly more flexibility with travel, because it's going to include the Priority Pass membership. Whatever, it doesn't have restaurants, no big deal. Access to Air Canada's Maple Leaf lounges, as long as you're flying Star Alliance. Access to the Sapphire lounges. So you got 3 sets of lounges there. I am expecting that is going to be expanded, but at the time of recording, I'm only going to use those 3 examples for now. Then you get access to Chase's travel partners. You also have access to shopping through Chase. Shopping through Chase's answer to Rakuten, Chase's answer to Top Cashback, et cetera, et cetera. So you go through shopping through Chase for a lot of your spend. Depending on where you're doing shopping through Chase from, you can generate a good amount of points based on your everyday spend and based on your spend through those vendors. So if you time it right, you could do pretty well there and come out, I wouldn't say come out ahead, but come out further ahead with shopping through Chase than you would just by using the Sapphire Reserve for its 3 times travel, 3 times dining, 1x everything else, right? Lyft, for however much longer the Lyft partnership is available, you're going to get your extra 7 bonus points per dollar. So that's 10 times points per dollar on Lyft. We'll see how long that relationship still stands. As of right now, in early January, that is running through late March, through the end of March. Hopefully it gets extended. It would be a big pain to lose that, but we'll see what Chase does. So Chase, shopping through Chase is going to be your answer to Rakuten for building up points. You're going to do your normal spend. You can also utilize things like the Chase transfer portal for transferring your points out to partners that way, or you can use the travel portal and get, everything multiplied by 1.5x. So your dining would be a 4.5% return. Travel would be a 4.5% return. Everything else would be a 1.5% return. And if you were utilizing Shop Through Chase, whatever that is on top of your base earning times 1.5. So if you are doing a significant Costco run, I think Costco's in there, but let's say Costco is only half a point per dollar, right? Half a point per dollar plus $1 is 1.5% on your entire purchase. Then multiply by 1.5x through the travel portal, 2.25x, the same thing that makes the Freedom Unlimited the best catch-all card if you're in the Chase ecosystem. So you got that. You've already got everything that I mentioned with travel. You've also got all the other credits that come with the card: $300 in DoorDash, $300 travel credit, the $120 for global entry, TSA pre-check, et cetera, et cetera. So you've got all of that there. You got all the coverages with insurance and travel and trip delay and CDW if you don't live in New York. So you've got everything there. It makes a strong package. So you can offset the annual fee. You can drive pretty much all your spending through it. You can also utilize the things that I mentioned with the American Express Green Card. Earnify is platform agnostic. Rakuten can give you cash back as well if you want to go through Rakuten and their vendors, which are a lot of the same as shopping through Chase. So pick your poison there. You're only going to get cash back from Rakuten with the Chase card. You can get membership reward points with Rakuten with American Express. So it makes more sense to go Rakuten with Amex, but the choice is still there. You can also do top cash back and some other vendors as well. But I really wanted to highlight Upside or Gas Buddy or Earnify for saving cents on the dollar, getting those back as a rebate after you get the full points for paying full price at the pump. And the same thing would have happened with Electrify America. I don't know if there's any ways to get bonus spending with them, but not here for that. So Sapphire Reserve makes a lot of sense as your only card from Chase if you wanted to run a one-card setup. There's a fair amount of simplicity. It's a little bit more work than the green card, but if you're not investing in multiple cards, that gives you the time to really hack away at all of these one-card setups. And I'll come back and address everything else at the end. But we're going to move over to the Capital One cards. And I picked the Venture or the Venture X because it really becomes choose your own adventure. The Venture, I only made a case for the Venture because it can do everything that the Venture X does, without the primary CDW, without Hertz Presidential Circle status, but it comes with Hertz 5-star or Gold Star, whatever. So it's not too far down in terms of status, and Hertz status isn't a big differentiator for you. But you're going to earn 2 times points on everything. You don't have access to Capital One lounges, but again, you can purchase a lounge membership with the airline of your choice and have significantly more options than what the Chase Sapphire, than what the Capital One lounges give you, because the lounges are only at IAD. There's the landing at DCA. There's Dallas, Fort Worth, and there's Denver. Right now, there's 4 airports with card access, higher card access. JFK has been announced. JFK has not been launched. LaGuardia has been announced for a landing. That has not launched yet. So for now, you only have 4 options. So for $95 as opposed to $395, you can still get a lot of ground covered. But let's switch over to the Venture X. Because the Venture X, $395 annual fee, but you are going to get those lounges. You are going to get priority pass lounges as well, capped at 2 guests, whatever. If you want lounges with your airline of choice, as with Chase and as with American Express, you're going to have to buy them. This is going to be 2 times Capital One miles, as opposed to 3 times Chase points or 3 times membership reward points. Just is what it is. You're going to get more on gas. You're going to get more at warehouses. You're going to get more kind of across the board as a base earnings, but you're not going to get those elevated spend with dining or with travel or transit or anything. So you're making that trade-off, but you're only paying $395 as opposed to $550 for the Sapphire Reserve. And you are paying $395 compared to $150, but you get a lot more baked into that $395 than you do with the $150. So you do have those lounge access. You do get TSA pre-check and global entry with both cards. Both the Venture and the Venture X give you TSA pre-check and global entry. You get the global entry, it includes TSA pre-check. So you got all of that, right? Then, you can use your travel coupon in the portal, knock down $300, get that coupon. There you go. You get the anniversary 10,000 miles at the time of recording. I do think that goes away. Neither here nor there. And same tricks, Rakuten, top cash back. But here's the other trick that Capital One has as opposed to the other ones, because Capital One has Capital One offers, much like American Express offers and Chase offers. Chase offers is a statement credit and cash back. American Express offers are statement credits and cash back, or on occasion, depending on the retailer, points back. Capital One offers, it's, from what I've seen so far, is either cash back in the form of a statement credit, or you can get points based on the retailer. So if there are retailers with Capital One, they'll run the same, 10x at chewy.com or 20x at Viator or something like that, up to however many points, right? So check the Capital One offers if you have the Venture or Venture X. Those are going to give you ways to supercharge your earnings. That is built in with Capital One offers, that you don't have to wait Rakuten, and you'll just get those at statement close. So that is where that is the one superpower for the Venture and Venture X that is relatively new, that has kind of put that at the forefront of, like, this is the only card from Capital One that you need, either the Venture or the Venture X. You can save $300 with the Venture. You're still going to get global entry TSA pre-check. You do have to pay for Priority Pass, but you can buy the Priority Pass that includes restaurants on the Venture card and not have that be a worry for you anymore. You can buy into whatever lounge network with the big three, not have to worry about that. So there are advantages and disadvantages there. Capital One offers can supercharge your card. You're only paying $95 with the Venture card, getting 95% of what the Venture X gives you, or you can pay for the extra 5% and, convince yourself that the card pays for itself, even though you have to utilize a $300 coupon in the travel portal. If you don't want to use the travel portal, I can't help you. But if you do utilize the travel portal, you are going to get, 10 times points earning on the Venture X. You're on hotels and rentals. You're going to get 5 times points earning on flights on the Venture X. You're only going to get 5 times points earning on hotels and rentals with the Venture. And I don't remember if there's elevated for flights in the portal with the Venture card, but neither here nor there. Redemption wise, you're only going to get that value out of transferring out to travel partners. Travel Eraser is 1 cent per point. So not a huge advantage there. It would be better to get elevated redemptions from Capital One, but I don't see that coming anytime soon. So yeah, but all of that is to say that from Chase, American Express, and Capital One, you can get by with one card only from each issuer. So from this thought experiment, yes, there's work that you can do to augment your spending. There's work that you can do to squeeze a little bit more value here and there. But I do think that is, you're more free to do that by focusing on one card than you would be if you were juggling multiple cards, multiple credits, and trying to figure out, okay, did I use my Dunkin' Donuts credit this month, or did I use my Saks credit this half year? It's January, so no, I haven't used the Saks yet. But then come June, oh man, I didn't use my Saks credit yet. I got to do something about that. Way less work involved if you just go with one card and go from there, because then you can do things, add it to Earnify, add it to the Upside, as I said, utilize the dining portal of your choice, add it into Rakuten, go from there, and have, I wouldn't say peace of mind, but you would have more ability to do that. But that's going to do it for this one. I just wanted to do this thought experiment out loud and take you on the journey with me. Appreciate you watching all the way to the end, but if you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe button. We've passed 1,500 subscribers. Let's push our way to 2,000. That would be huge. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, check me out on the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Mondays. That comes out on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Mondays here on YouTube. And appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.